It's Thursday. That means... what does it mean?
Well, several Thursdays. I won't say all, because I hate absolutes, but on several Thursdays, it's AlphaWit Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens to be one of those Thursdays. Hooray!
Yes. Hooray.
We now have a studio audience.
That's true. Wit's here with us, as usual. And
That's the Wit part of AlphaWit. And Alpha's here. He's the Alpha part.
hi.
And I'm the studio audience. That's right. Today's Pokemon episode is filmed live in front of a live audience. Definitely not dead, certainly not undead. Allegations continue to be unprovable.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're saying the word live a lot, and I know that you also picked up on that.
For those of you wondering...
That right there is ferretlord, or whatever handle he goes by on the internet these days.
Yes, he...
Mostly Q-Hane, but ferretlord probably for the purposes of streaming.
Yes, he's been here for, let's see, he's done Ancient Empires with me. He's done, he did Operation Neptune with both of us. He was there for part of Gizmos and Gadgets.
Yes.
And actually now seems like a fair time to quickly pitch this little idea that ferretlord and I had. We are thinking about digging into some games from an analytical standpoint and really seeing why certain games were programmed the way they were, what made some of the better ones so good. And I mean really just because they're great games in general. And the working title for this, at least from my suggestion, is Growing Up Edutained. So those of you who are into edutainment like I was growing up may find some interest in this, so keep an eye out for that when we do The Island of Dr. Brain.
Island of Dr. Brain!
And if you haven't already, check out The Castle of Dr. Brain with me and Solar, filmed as part of her birthday celebration about a week and a half ago. But yeah, that all happened, and is there anything either of you guys would like to say before we begin here?
No.
I wanted to remind any and all audience members that we are playing Silly Pokemon, which is where the wild Pokemon spawns are completely randomized. So we have kind of a wacky team. And it's going to be even more wacky when we walk through tall grass, but thankfully Alpha has done a lot of the catching and grinding. This is a run where we're going for 100% Pokedex completion, and we also have a bingo board generated online
Cannibal!
From speedruntools.com, and Alpha has decided that bingo is way too easy. He instead wants to fill the board, not just get stripes. And we are missing 3, and they're all somewhat late game things.
Mm-hmm.
One square requires a copy of TM-35.
Which can be found in the Pokemon Mansion on Cinnabar Island.
One requires that we defeat 3 burglar-type trainers, which
house themselves in Pokemon Mansion on Cinnabar Island.
And one square requires that we own the Master Ball.
Which we're going to grab from the Stealth Company in Saffron City.
The point is the things that are left are fairly late game, and we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, so for those of you that are following, check out speedruntools.com/bingo. Head on into Pokemon Red and Blue Randomized. The card type the play type is long, and the seed number is 6969.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who want to follow along, feel free to put all that in. Check that out. And speaking of Pokedex completion, we are really damn close. So if you take a look at this, we are only missing Machop, who we're going to nab at the power plant, because that's where we're going to get first out of these places. They're off to the east.
Seems weird thinking about Machop living in a nest. Like,
yeah, it kind of does,
It's basically a person, so you'd assume that they would have, like, furniture and beds.
Yeah,
in theory.
Anthropomorphic Pokemon always raise a lot of uncomfortable questions.
Like, for example, does Machoke have a penis under that power belt?
Well, that, I guess, is one of them. That I was thinking more about like sentience and ethics, but yeah, also dicks.
Don't judge people who live in nests. Good to see you, Cannibal. Thanks for dropping by. Hitmonchan, who we will get as a prize from the Fighting Dojo in Saffron. Ammonite.
See, that's another, that's a person Pokemon, and you win it as a prize. Solar,
Hey, Solar.
get the fuck out of here with that.
Okay. Ammonite, which we have the Helix fossil, and we'll play with that on Cinnabar. And same for Aerodactyl, which we have the old Amber 4 from Pewter. So yeah, that's all the catching we made. Here, what's going on there, Alpha? Who's calling out Alpha?
They want you to say the furry word.
The fairy word?
The furry.
The furry word. Alpha? Hello? Did I really say that out loud?
I wonder if a Pokemon can consent. Because is it just a language barrier, or is there also an intelligence barrier?
That's the thing.
mean, I suppose if like you're carrying it around in a bowl and you can feed it puffins or not, like that you can't consent. Can't consent. Like they want their puffins. They want to fucking eat. They want to be let out of their ball.
Alright, now I'm not actually releasing anything. This is just so you guys can see what my backups are at this moment. Rhydon, Gyarados, Zapdos, Charizard, and Hitmonlee. Exactly one Meowth can speak.
Alright, so then we will use that Meowth. That specific Meowth. Does that individual have the ability to consent?
Oh my god.
Well, here we are talking about this.
If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you are seriously missing out right now. Anyway,
Yes.
enough of the formality shit. We have a gym to beat.
Oh yes, please.
Koga's primarily poison, which means Mewtwo is going to be our star player when we get to him. But before that, and I love it.
So I follow someone on Tumblr, and I can't actually tell who they are. And it's recent, because I just sort of noticed. But I have absolutely no memory of finding them. Actually, come to think of it, maybe it could be Cannibal. No, it doesn't have the word cannibal in it anywhere.
The gaps in the wall, by the way, the invisible walls are actually pretty easy to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were that easy on the
They-
Game Boy. I feel like this is different.
They certainly were not that easy. Special techniques, you say?
Sir?
Anyway, does anybody know
miss-
anyone named Cunning Arborist who is apparently 31 years old?
I don't. And I'm switching Nidoking out. I was not banking on I was not banking on psychic types. Oh. The first time an enemy trainer has withdrawn a Pokemon. Interesting.
Yeah. They don't do that a lot.
No, this is the first time since we started.
I was gonna say, it's in this game.
Are you stupid? If you keep withdrawing your Pokemon, I'm going to keep destroying them.
I would venture a guess to say that yes, he is stupid.
And as a result of
hilariously bad AI in this run.
And as a result of him making the switches like that, Jolteon, despite being a switch-in, gets the full EXP.
Hooray!
Nah. I was debating whether to take it out with just a little flick of the finger, but no. Nighty-night. And looking at this guy who looks very similar to the guy I just beat, I think I had better just leave Jolteon up front.
Richard, are you following the Twitch chat?
I popped out for a second.
I really want you to read the link that I just dropped in it.
Lesbian Anabray Ice. Okay.
I think I better do this just to be safe.
Trying to think of a way to convince Carmine to work that into something, but I don't think he will. Because he doesn't have the balls.
Balls.
Someone thought way too hard about the word hello. And I, for one, am here for it.
A ninja, huh?
Be gay, do crimes. That is
Fascinating.
That is a hell of a tagline.
I'll take
Alright,
Hey, Chibi.
back to the Pokemon.
Yeah, psychic
I-
Pokemon getting theirs.
May have figured out who this blog is. It could be the personal blog of an author I follow.
Thundershock. Don't need to waste another Thunderbolt on that.
Yeah, where are all these psychic texts coming from? I'd
That's a very
like
good-
to speak to the manager.
That's a very good question because Koga's supposed to be, Wit's here and Ferretlord is here.
He was around and said, "Oh, I will watch." And I said, "Do you want to do something more than watch?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah, I guess." And that's how we got him.
Diddly doo.
Like a fool. He doesn't realize that this will take up the rest of the evening.
Or at least until 10 o'clock.
That's true. If
Oh,
you
it
like to
lit.
stay up late.
Oh, it lived? Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's no fair.
Nope. Time to switch. You suck. I wanted Jolteon to get some of that.
Get some of this. Ooh, no sounds. Is it my fault? We just don't know.
Can't hear anything?
Ah, it's back.
Oh, hey.
It didn't even make the noise. That's no fair.
Yeah, quick attack. Bye-bye.
I feel like these are the only trainers that know that you can take Pokemon out, and they seem to really like doing it.
Hmm. I'm flying! Whee!
Is that a Busy Town quote?
I don't think so. I forget
That-
where that was from.
That intonation reminds me of something. Is the sound cutting out for anyone but me, do we think?
I haven't had that happen yet.
It's like it's trying to play something in the background of something, but I have nothing else going on.
You sure you don't have like a pop under ad or something?
No, none of the things I am on have ads.
Oh, sorry, Cannibal. Oh, now I get poison types.
It wasn't that bad, was it? We got him to say the furry word, and that's what really upset you?
No, it wasn't the furry word. It was I'm flying we.
I know. I personally find the furry word more offensive.
Okay, finish this quick.
Solar's lusting after pixels again.
Aw.
That's only because you've given up. You're one of them.
One of them? Who is them?
People who say the furry word.
What is the furry word?
Hello.
Oh, I see. Why is it called the furry word?
I call it the furry word. It's
Why do you call it the furry word?
It's very much an indicator of someone doing okay, so it's a way to like introduce yourself in chat, in like a chat situation, and they're usually like they speak in a very infantile manner. So they're either doing like age play, which may be worse, because at least the furries like don't mess around with consent, I guess. Or they're pretending to be an animal and like pretend to be confused about, you know, what is this that they stumbled into, and then it inevitably ends up with furry fucking or whatever. And now it's just memeified, so it's losing a lot of its meaning. But I know where it comes from, and it comes from furries.
Huh.
Yeah, the Hello Mr. Obama is probably the biggest one.
Alright, I'm gonna have to get on Google and find this meme. Hello, Obama.
I'll come with you. Even though I hate it already. I may want to go into incognito. If you type in hello, that's the first thing that comes up.
No, I am not teaching Jolteon Tail Whip. Yes, I'm abandoning Tail Whip. Okay, who's up? Let's give it to Lapras.
Man,
like that-
Tumblr is a fucked up place.
Yeah,
I could skip this guy, but I'm not going to.
the anything for you then perish, I feel like it's from
I don't need an
an
escape
anime.
rope, Chibi. All I gotta do is walk back out the door and get to the Pokemon Center. Besides, Pidgeot's the one that's poisoned, and I'm not intent on using it again.
Although maybe I've only seen anime versions of that in this game first.
Bye, Sandslash. Oh, Wit needs one?
What?
Apparently you need an escape rope.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but usually when I use rope, it's not to escape. Alright, I'm caught up on the memes. What are we doing? Arbok. Noblest of all the Pokemon, for his
Come on.
name is just Cobra backwards.
Yes.
But spelled with a K, for it was the 90s, a different time, a more rad cool time.
Alright. I didn't descend from anywhere. I ascended from the pit of hell.
Did it
Wait,
hurt when you
I'm-
broke through the Earth's crust on your way up from hell?
More or less, yeah.
That
You've
is
never
an
heard that
excellent
before?
reverse pickup line. No.
It's not mine, so you can't give me credit for it. It's a good one, though. The other one is, I guess, did it hurt when you fell from someone's ass into a toilet, you piece of shit?
Let's give it to Pidgeot.
Okay, Solar, you need to calm down.
Oh boy.
I feel like Solar should take like a quick break and go wank, and then come back when their head is clearer.
We don't have the daddy stream tonight.
Oh, Cannibal. We can't give her any more, Captain. She'll blow. You can't push her this hard for this long.
Something about being hard for this long?
Oh dear. They say wait 4 hours, but I would probably call it 3.
I'm just gonna sit here for a minute.
Welcome to the world of adulthood.
Oh
You're
my
a man
God.
now, son.
I apologize to anybody wearing headsets, but holy crap.
Indeed, I don't think I got to wish Solar a happy birthday, and that's the reason why I can suggest that you go wank.
Happy
Because I
birthday,
couldn't before,
Solar.
Because that would have been like possibly child abuse or something.
Soliciting a minor at worst. And even then, 18's probably not the age of consent in either of your states.
Or provinces. Solar has the honor of being Canadian.
Yes, Canada is a wonderful place.
Oh, Canada. Let me tell you something about Canada.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Canada, the age of consent for a very long time was 14. 14!
Eh?
Ugh.
That's it! You hit 14, and it's all legal, baby! And that really fucked up my whole field! My whole field of study, because America didn't feel like research on sexual abuse was very important, so they didn't fund any of that shit. No, we had to import that shit from Canada! And all of our metrics, all of our actuarial assessments, all of them had an asterisk that said, yeah, this research is only good for people who abuse people who are below the age of 14, because in Canada they don't think that's a crime.
Ugh. And all the numbers were in metric measurements. Nobody knew anything.
Goodbye,
Yes, but how
Koga.
many years old are you in metric?
What is a metric second?
It's been nice knowing you, Koga.
Ferretlord works and studied. He does not work there at the moment. Ferretlord studied forensic psychology, and his area of expertise was rapists and other sex criminals. So he did a lot of studying of literature that came from Canada.
Thanks though for that, Canada. I do appreciate the reading material.
Yeah, at least there was some, if the US wasn't doing any.
Holy lord.
And also, Solar,
Basically none.
I guess that doesn't count as abuse if it's coming from a peer. If the sex is coming from a peer, here
Boys-
comes the sex.
Boys,
I didn't want to say it.
That got away from me.
But I was thinking about it.
levels don't matter, boys and girls. But anyway, sex. And now that I have soul, I can surf.
Speaking of sex, because that is the appropriate thing for a a stream of a child's video game.
Mm-hmm.
It's every video game Alpha has ever streamed has gone to this place, but keep going.
Yeah.
I heard an excellent argument that we use baseball terminology an awful lot to describe sex in the English language. You didn't have sex, you struck out. You got oral, you got to third base. Gays, they play for the other team. But that's an awful way of describing sex because it's an adversarial sport and you're trying to get something past the other player. And the argument presented was that instead we should move to a set of pizza-related euphemisms because pizza is an excellent analog to sex. You both sit down and you enter into a negotiation for what kind of a pizza you want. Do you like anchovies? I dislike anchovies. Anchovies are my hard limit. I don't even want them anywhere on the pie. But, you know, you like pineapple and I'm cool with that. So maybe let's do half pineapple.
I like that. How can you describe... I need a shorthand, so if I'm locker rooming talk with my bros, I know exactly how everybody touched each other. That's the good thing about well, I guess it has to be ingrained, but like, how do we show a progression? Number of slices?
That's an excellent question.
From the whatever side? How will I know how to fuck?
Well, you say. When any number of individuals and any other number of individuals love each other very much. That is a good question. What would the nomenclature be?
Yeah, there's a trainer here we couldn't get to before.
You're gonna fight him, aren't you?
Of course. Go on, Ferret.
Well, first, let's start with the obvious euphemisms and then reverse engineer what they mean. So, getting a side order of garlic knots. What's that?
Yikes. Well, if pizza is the sex, garlic knots have to be something not sex, but sex adjacent.
Mm-hmm. I like the knot rope kind of analogy. I must admit, you're onto something there.
I enjoyed how Cannibal suggested BDSM, which is an acronym I know, and Solar probably keyboard smashed, but that just could be an acronym I'm not familiar with. That means a lot of different things that I don't know. Let's see, what is not sex but sex adjacent? And garlic knots are very prized in, like, the...
Gay sex having bisexual dialogue. FSD.
In submission?
What was it?
We need the last D. I guess that'll be for dick, huh?
Probably. Your cute mushroom Pokemon just got plucked.
I was thinking something like pornography, like watching porn with your partner, because it's not a sexual act in and of itself.
But you're immediately going to go from that to pizza. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
And then certain toppings could be certain things in the sexual, Oh, okay. Yeah, you were right. It's called shibari. The problem is the, pizza toppings themselves don't have a ton of easy connotations, like, what does green pepper mean? Does it mean something different than red pepper? Does sausage mean penis, or does pepperoni mean penis?
Yes. Alright, so
Do we go with the traditional using a seafood term to describe a woman's genitalia? There's not a lot of seafood-style pizzas. We may have to start from scratch and build the whole thing from the ground up. And frankly, as you know, that sounds like work. And as you know,
You
that's
love
not
work,
something I'm in.
right? No? Maybe? Okay.
I'll stuff your crust, I guess.
Don't threaten me with a good time, but
Yeah.
Oh. There's an item in the Safari Zone that I must pick up.
I think we're trying to drill down too specifically. Because if we're just trying to replace the baseball metaphor, we don't need to get into, like, was it super kinky or not? We need to get into, like, what body part touched. So, like, what pizza thing could describe the act of making out and kissing with tongues or whatever? Like, what will replace our first base?
waiting for the pizza to cool, obviously.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Nice.
Because it's the precursor. Alpha Solar, gross. Also, you do not end sentences in prepositions.
Something up of which I shall not put.
Someone in whom I shall not.
Someone in whom I shall not put. Oh yeah, I can't fight here, can I?
Someone whom I shall not nut in.
No, you can't end it in the preposition. That's the in whom I shall not nut. It's gotta be
In whom I shall not nut.
That is like an excellent Voldemort name. He who must not be nutted in.
But there was something to me. There was something about him that drew me in, made me want him. Like that pizza in the oven, I wanted him in me.
Okay. Slight derailment of train of thought.
Slight?
For good reason. What the fuck is that movie with the couple who move next door to a frat house, and they get into a prank war with the frat house to try and get them to leave?
Shoot, I can picture bits of the trailer, but so like, and it
Neighbors.
came out probably
Neighbors.
What?
Neighbors.
That's what I was gonna guess. It's what,
I've never seen
4 or
that
5
movie.
years ago?
Never seen it. Neighbors 2, excellent movie. Non-stop, just stupid hilarity. There's one scene in which two couples are trying to show the house, and whenever one person comes in to look at the house, they have the other couple drop in to try and like also be interested in the house and talk it up and talk about things they like about the house. And so they cycle through different disguises, and one of them is a young pregnant Jewish couple, and they're trying to pass themselves off as Jews, and the husband says, "Yep, that's us. Just young, wealthy Jewish. She's pregnant, another Jew in the oven."
I'm selling 2 TMs, Toxic and Payday.
Ooh. That's a Max joke.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one.
Alright, I'm going to drop off the Max Ether.
Oh! Papa John's can be slang for race play.
What?
Yikes!
What? Please elaborate.
The Papa John from Papa John's is like super duper racist.
Yeah. Do I need any of this shit?
Yikes. That's a rough one.
Holy
Chuck E. Cheese's is age play, huh?
No, I feel like Chuck E. Cheese is
we're
a
gonna need
slang
the
for like
Poké
we're gonna
doll.
hit each other during sex. Like
Wait, no,
What?
no.
we're two consenting adults and we've come to this place to punch each other. Cause that's all I ever see at Chuck E. Cheese's. Is like brawl at Chuck E. Cheese's, 2 dead, 17 injured.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my-
Solar
I
brings up
mean,
a good
a human
point.
pizza, the most dangerous pizza.
Are my Pokemon
Long
good?
pork
No, they're
pizza?
Long pork pizza.
Well, long pork is the name for human meat.
Yes. Yeah. No, I love it. It's perfect. It's right on the money.
This is turning into a podcast and very much not a stream.
I have no problem with that. I'm not doing anything interesting at this moment. But for those who are still
I do
following
have questions about the stream, but I'm tabling them because we've hit a vein of gold.
Please, yes,
Pure gold.
please keep digging. In the meantime, I'm going to head to the power plant and have some fun there.
Oh, good. Alpha's decided that even though we can and have stumbled upon legendary birds just in grass, because we're playing silly Pokemon,
Oh shit, you know what?
we've found them at very low levels, and he wants good uns, so he's going to the plot-specific places. And the setting we chose on the randomizer leaves plot-specific Pokemon unmessed with. For example, we caught Mewtwo at what, level 5?
3. Back
Yeah.
back near what's it?
Wait, Solar, are you joking? Wait.
No, Solar's not joking.
Oh, okay. Okay, everything's okay. Nobody panic. We can shut off the alarms. Solar would absolutely know what Vor is. Solar may be the dirtiest one of us all.
It's highly possible.
I think they're still, like, young enough and just for pure, like, time to still lose or win, I guess, at Never Have I Ever. But they know what all the things are.
You know what? I'm gonna save the power plant until. Actually, no, I'm not. I'll just fly back and get the Zapdos later. We're going there, but we're not gonna get the Zapdos yet.
Oh, that's true. You've been experimenting since you were 14. Or at least legally.
Nah, fuck it all. We're staying in here. We're staying in Saffron.
Do a thing!
Bike time.
You exposed yourself.
Where's fucking... Oh, there it is. Dumbass.
Nah.
Boy, this place seems barren. And I love the heart-shaped lake they've got here.
Is that really what it's shaped like? Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh,
No.
no, not quite.
It's just to the closest, like, plus signs, I guess.
Eh.
Where are we here already?
Is this a
No,
love hotel? Why is there a heart-shaped pool?
It's actually not heart-shaped. Alpha's apparently
no, it's
not
not.
great at spatial relations.
Yeah. We were in the Rocket Hideout in Game Corner in Celadon before. This time we're in Sylph Company, a legitimate business that they've taken over.
A legitimate business, eh?
Well, it's a legitimate business, but the Rockets kind of invaded and took over.
Gross.
Bitch, I just pounded a gym leader that had far higher level Pokemon than you. Do you really think I'm going to have any trouble with you?
Nobody expects you to have a Mewtwo. In fact, I think canonically in the game, most people don't even know what a Mewtwo is.
No, only Giovanni had one.
Giovanni, oh, that's right. That's where you kind of liberate it from, huh?
Pretty much.
So there's a chance these people would know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a frightening thought, don't you think?
And then you have to go, like, call your guy, like, is our Mewtwo still in the... Did you? And they'll say, like, yeah, why? I don't know, something weird just happened. But yeah, some Team Rocket Grunt is probably about to lose his job over this.
Let me smash.
Oh, geez, Alpha. I wish the sound would stop cutting in and out. Alright, Skype, I'm gonna make this easy on you. I'm gonna close pretty much everything else. And you will have no excuse.
I would think Team Rocket's severance package has something to do with execution.
I never got that vibe from them.
I mean, they treat Pokemon like slaves.
Yeah, but not people. That's the whole point, is that they believe Pokemon are so inferior.
Mm.
And the conversation has come full circle to the discussion of personhood for Pokemon.
You know, he's right. That's exactly what happened.
Measure of a Mantine. Okay, that was a very specifically aimed joke, and it may have been too subtle. But I've been listening to a podcast about Star Trek, and we just finished The Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
And the famous episode.
That was a great
Measuring
episode.
Man.
Yes.
It is. It's probably the best.
I think it is.
Because it's got Lawyer Picard all over it. Although, the podcast I listened to pointed out that the judge in the case basically just really wants to fuck Picard. So there's a chance, and she seemed like super uninterested. She didn't deliberate at all. She was just like, yeah, closing arguments are done, yeah, Picard, whatever. So they think that it may have been a corrupt ruling.
Gee, you think? Oh, hello.
Hello. God damn it.
Oh, so it
It's
appears...
W's, but you're
I
close.
did that just on reflex.
Well, no, you did the racist one. The furry one is with W's.
He's using electric types. I don't think it's a good idea to have Lapras out here. So let's do this instead. I'm sorry to do this, Mr. Scientist, but I must cut your ball.
Yikes. Also, that Venusaur sprite is a mess to look at.
I
What
know,
the
right?
fuck is going on there? I see a leaf and then just chaos. I played this game. And I don't remember it being that incoherent.
I'm noticing lots of things where I'm saying
Alright.
to myself, damn, how did I put up with this?
Yeah, right? See ya,
Have fun,
Cannibal. Yeah,
Cannibal.
this is by far the worst generation.
Which game is this?
Blue.
Blue. All of the things that, all of the things that I decided that I really like in Pokemon were all implemented in Gen 2.
You mean like the fact that it's such a day and night difference? Come on, admit it. That was pretty good.
Actually, that's one of the things I really don't like about Pokemon. I think that's unnecessary.
Agreed, but they made a good pun. Oh, rats. Open wide. Oh, wait, you are. Here you go.
Judge me not
Feeding
by
time.
if I am shiny. but on the content of my EVs.
Hello, psychic type with very little
Martin
physical
Luther
stats.
Nidoking.
I'm going to hurt you.
Oh, yikes.
Damn, I thought that one was good, but that got no traction.
No, it's just risky.
Yeah. Yeah, Venusaur's pretty safe. I'm going to suck the Raticate. No? Not feeling it? Okay. So, Ferret, you had questions about the stream?
I did. We are time traveling way back in the stream, but there was a point at which you were selling TMs, despite the fact that you have more money than several deities.
I have no use. I have no
I'm
use
curious
for
as
either
to why.
Toxic or Payday. Therefore, I'm selling them.
He doesn't like clutter.
No, I really don't.
He also
Whereas I am a
releases a lot
hoarder.
of Pokemon, which
I
to me
am
is
not.
bananas.
I don't need that many Pokemon. I only need 6 at any given time. I'll play with the transporters after I clear out the exposed areas. Because as I recall, I'm going to have to play with the transporters in order to find the lift or the door key. I don't
They are
remember which one,
making
though.
a Stardew Valley style game called Graveyard Keeper.
Called what? Graveyard Keeper?
It's a cemetery management sim.
That sounds like something
Oh my
for...
god, that sounds amazing.
That sounds like something for Cannibal in her Scream stream.
It is currently in alpha from Tiny Build and Lazy Bear Games.
Oh wow, so it'll be a little while yet before...
But it looks exactly like Stardew Valley.
I'm gonna wet my snake. Or your snake, or somebody's snake.
And they managed to get it to come up on my Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
can't.
when I had a Facebook.
I can't quit. I am considering quitting Imgur. Because they have made some really hilariously bad choices with ad placement.
Mm.
And I don't feel like downloading an ad blocker for my cell phone.
Yeah, most of them for me never seem to work anyhow.
Yeah, I'm not very literate in cell phone operating system architecture and the like, so I'm not great at troubleshooting in the way that I'm less great at troubleshooting on a phone than I am on a computer, and I'm not that great at a computer. Oof. Imagine Leopleurodon coming down on you.
Is it a magical Leopleurodon?
It will show us the way.
Nah.
And I feel like that has some serious crossover potential with that stupid Ugandan and Echidna meme.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words before we sacrifice your soul to the devil?
Excuse me?
No,
Were there more words to that than just "Do you know the way"?
there was for a very particular parody, Perfect Cell versus Ugandan Knuckles.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there were 5 parts.
That's pretty amazing. That wasn't the Team 4-Star guys, was it?
Inspired by them, but not them.
Okay. I also did see a very funny picture where someone had perfect cell in the arena in the background, and in the foreground were Drake and Josh from the Nickelodeon show.
Wasn't Drake in a wheelchair?
No, you're thinking... That's very funny. You are thinking of Degrassi, the Canadian show, in which the singer, now known as Drake, played a character that was in a wheelchair. Drake and Josh was a Nickelodeon show in the 2000s, I believe. Yep. Live action, sort of like iCarly or something like that. It was a little bit after my time, although not by much, because I do know peers that watched it. I had just probably switched to Animal Planet by then. And they just happened to have the same name. The singer, known as Drake, was going by his legal name at the time, Aubrey Graham. Drake is his middle name.
For Pokemon evolve only when traded.
I just thought he really liked ducks.
By link cable.
So, yeah, he did not start out in the wheelchair. He done got shot in a very special episode. Yeah, and then he was in a wheelchair for the rest of the series.
Huh. That's cool. I can respect that.
Yeah, Degrassi was sort of like a teen soap opera.
And everyone knows that it's not a soap opera without at least one shooting.
There's like shooting and like dealing with sexual pressure in high school and stuff like that.
You know, it makes sense that jugglers like to withdraw Pokemon like this. It goes right along with juggling.
We cracked the code.
Also, there was a note in here that said 4 Pokemon are only evolve when traded by link cable. Who here remembers what those Pokemon are?
One of them is Alakazam.
Correct.
Two... No, wait, no, that was a later generation.
Yes.
Onyx?
Also a later generation. Steelix wasn't invented until later.
Right, because Steel. That's right. That's right.
It's Alakazam and Machamp.
Yep.
Is it Magneton?
Nope. Magneton evolves by level.
I only have those 2 then.
Gengar, Golem.
Oh, yeah. So it's halfway between a constant after-school special and a soap opera.
Whoops.
Alright, so veggie pizza is obviously going to be lesbian sex. Then a mushroom pizza would be with strap-on, or would that be more of an eggplant pizza? Because an eggplant is as close to a meat as you're going to get.
And it's also the eggplant emoji, which stands for pizzas.
I can't even say eggplants up because this isn't Discord.
Yeah, there is no eggplant emoji. What's anal?
Pineapple, obviously.
Not obvious, but I'll take it.
Goodbye, Magneton.
I know dead air is bad for streaming, but this is like just peaceful and nice.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this.
Useful for you. I'm thinking about different combinations of pizza ingredients and what they mean.
I have wiped it from my mind.
So I'm thinking that the Hawaiian would be penile anal penetration, giving them that Canadian bacon, if you know what I mean.
Did you say senile or penile?
The one that made sense.
I mean,
senile penetration is elder abuse, and that is a crime. Do not do it.
It could be, yes.
True. True. But most people in this stream, if you have to ask, it's a crime.
Yeah.
You lost. Okay.
What else goes with pineapple? I'm not like a pineapple person myself, so
Ham.
I never encounter this problem.
Ham.
That is the heteronormative topping that goes with pineapple, but
I don't think anything
else?
does.
hmm.
You don't keep using Leer if your Pokemon's going down. Lapras is going to end up going down.
Yeah.
It's alright, it's already level 38. Hi, buddy. I believe by definition, betrayal means that I would have had to have been aligned with you to begin with.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that impression from.
Oh, whoops.
Perhaps earlier he thought that he had an agreement with you. Because I seem to remember Rocket threatening me like, go away and we'll let you live. But I don't
That didn't happen in
not
this
remember.
Does anyone ever actually threaten to kill you?
game. I don't think so.
This game was rated E.
That is interesting because you have like a criminal organization that will like
They're very
beat
much
up
about
a
the sex.
kid's pets. They'll beat the shit out of your pets. They'll club you in the back of the skull and knock you out, and then they'll bring you to the hospital. It's just like
Supposedly they have
that's
a conscience.
nice.
I don't know, maybe it's kind of a rough translation.
I don't know.
Maybe he's implying that
Beat
you
up
lack
your
honor or something.
cat, and then you blacked out and woke up at a hospital. Like not a hospital, like a veterinary hospital. So there we go. That's a little bit more consistent.
The
Like
tipsy
he
branch.
he couldn't be seen at a hospital, but he could drop you off at a vet.
Whoa there. Little extreme, don't you think?
The most extreme.
So extreme it doesn't even need an E.
Yeah.
Send me all your electric attacks.
I can take it.
I mean, it can. That's not an electric attack, asshole. Here, take this, because in this generation it'll actually hurt you.
This hurts you.
Note. Here's a note for
Oh,
you.
man.
Here's a note to you kids that are beginners at Pokemon. Don't be trying Poison Sting against Magneton in Gen 2. It's not gonna work.
It's upsetting to me that you think kids watch this. It's possibly more upsetting to me that you think someone that hasn't played
Yes.
Pokemon or doesn't know what it is watches this.
We crossed the Rubicon long ago, and on the other side of the Rubicon are all of the kids safely at home, being kept away from us by their diligent parents.
You guys really know how to demoralize this guy, don't you?
What makes you think someone who doesn't know what Pokemon is exists?
Covering all bases?
The base has been taken off the field. We don't play
we're
with
moving
that
away
base
from
anymore.
baseball-themed terminology, remember?
That's right. What kind of pizza is that?
The Rocket
You're ordering
Brothers.
enough toppings for everyone.
I don't share. I mean, what?
Alpha doesn't share food.
Here. You must be sore from all that fighting. Have an electroshock massage.
Is that a thing?
I believe so, actually.
Yeah. I know they can use it for muscle stimulation. And I know that they, people who get acupuncture, there's a style of acupuncture where they attach electrodes to the needles and use a very mild current. Doesn't sound like fun to me, but that's because I don't like anything.
It's true. Pokemon products? I want.
Products for Pokemon or of Pokemon?
Well, they don't breed until Gen 2, so...
Well, like I'm talking about, have they finally cut up the Magikarps into sushi, like they did in that one episode?
Oh my god, what?
That
Yeah,
has to taste horrible.
That's sushi. It's a fish.
Yeah, but...
There's an actual episode where they butcher Pokemon?
You see the end product, I don't think you see the beginning.
Jesus, though, that's dark.
Another Rocket Brother.
Now, when you say dragged, like physically dragged, or the way you use it now when you mean, like, thrown shade at?
Here. Try using Bone Club now, bud.
I believe this is from the show. Someone may have to... please excuse the fact that it's 9gag. 9gag is the worst, but it's what I could find.
So the Knee-Bombs world.
I also had the choice of Funny Junk, Doomy Gamer, or ZeroChan.net. Where does Newgrounds rank these days?
Obscure... historical, mostly.
I'm gonna stick a horn in your mouth.
Weird.
Well, look, it's got its
can see
mouth
that
wide open.
being
Nidoking knows
somebody's
horn
fetish, though.
attack.
Like, that seems like a very natural, like, furry fetish to me. Is like, horn
Implied
penetration.
fellatio or penetration.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that, like... You could very easily imagine, like, a femme fatale character seducing somebody in that manner.
Oh yeah.
That seems like a very TV trope kind of thing to do.
Alright, Mewtwo, your turn.
Because it's definitely sexier for the audience than it is for the actual person getting their horn licked. Because
it's a simulated sex
Excellent.
act, but there's no actual nerve endings involved for either party.
Yep.
That looked like it hurt. Well, no. Regardless of whether you're a self worker or a rocket, I'm gonna kick your ass anyway. Mainly because I can. That did next to nothing.
Are emu big enough to ride, or just ostriches?
Ooh.
You want sex with an emu?
No, I mean like,
Oh, you mean like horseback riding kind of deal?
yes.
I don't think
I
you
see.
can sex a bird. A bird doesn't have anything that is sexable,
Does it have an asshole?
It has a cloaca.
Then yes, you can.
which is not sexable. You want a
What?
bird to shit on you while you're trying to fuck? Because
Well, you squeeze them first. You know how they find the
What?
sex of baby chicks? It's actually apparently a very sought-after position because it's tricky to learn. You pick up the chick in your hand, and you squeeze it over a
Uh-huh.
bucket real quick, and it'll poop.
We're talking about birds,
Uh-huh.
yes.
And then while it's squeezed, it's sort of gently squeezed, you can look at its cloaca, and if it's got a bump, it's a boy. And if there's no bump, it's a girl. But they all have bumps, it's whether the bump is more pronounced. So that's why it's tricky to
Uh-huh.
learn.
Uh-huh. And if you think the bump is too big, then you send it straight into a macerator.
Yes.
What?
Well, nobody wants boy chickens. You only need one rooster to service many, many, many hens. So they save the girls and turn the boys into nuggets. Or
Not
tea
even-
for something else.
Yeah. Yep. So back to the bird recycling plant.
Cassowary are not that tall.
Well, that ain't great.
Yeah.
That's it. Big guns.
I mean, you could have taken it out with that. You just didn't want to mess around with confusion.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, is it cured?
Yeah. Yeah, confusion is cured by
Turning it off, and turning it back on
by
again.
retracting, yeah.
I don't think that works in later generations.
I don't know, because it never is a status ailment that gets an icon. You just sort of have to remember.
Yep. Alright, everybody's 38 now. I found a calcium earlier. Oh wait, there's a hidden something in here, isn't there?
A cow steamer?
A calcium?
Oh, calcium. Gotcha.
Okay. Hi, buddy. That's number
Get him.
3. Speaking of turning a stream into a podcast about sex, I did Mickey's ABCs a day at the fair last night, and basically turned all the items referenced into sex objects.
That sounds like you.
Yeah. I kinda do things.
Well, you do it with us or without us, so I feel a lot better about doing it when I'm here.
But sometimes we act as active collaborators.
Yep.
And we can't pretend otherwise.
Oh no, I totally agree.
Prime example is Pikmin.
Yeah, that's still pretty upsetting.
Why?
Because the game stresses over and over how like children they are. And you guys couldn't stop talking about fucking them.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of made a little too easy.
I disagree entirely.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing Pikmin again.
Ever?
Nah, I had more fun watching it than I did playing it.
See, I like playing it.
I mean, I'm not that big on time-limited games. It's just me.
It's got a very generous time limit.
It does, but I like infinite exploration.
There is something to be said for not having the stress and anxiety about missing things. But there's also something nice about having that responsibility to try and find everything lifted and just saying, see how much you can find in X minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the second Pikmin game and met the goal before I had really explored a couple of the areas. But part of me was kind of relieved because they were very scary and difficult, so I was kind of glad that I had technically beaten the game without having to get good at it.
Now that one had no time limit, right? Pikmin 2, I believe, didn't actually have one.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think it did.
You could take as long as you wanted to find Louie.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. And what was and the third one, I don't think had a time limit per se. It made you find fruit to turn into juice to feed your people. And I believe eventually, and you wanted to bring as much of it back to your planet as possible.
Yeah.
And I believe that would eventually run out. So if you
would
dawdled,
have eliminated all of the juice.
Yeah, if you dawdled, I think you would have been out of juice eventually for everybody. Like, you would even have not enough to keep your 3 survivors going, much less have a surplus to bring home with you. I don't think I beat that. Or maybe I did. I think I may have accidentally beaten it.
How do you accidentally? a video game?
I accidentally beat Skyrim, because I thought there were gonna be more main story missions, and it turns out that was the last one.
I still haven't done anything in Skyrim past the first dragon, story-wise. I, became a Huskarl or something in Whiterun, and then that was it. I then played 300 hours, never seeing another story mission.
That's kind of what Zach did. I think he's finally started doing something. And Zach was so dedicated that he didn't even want to get a horse, because you can't pick up herbs from a horse. So he didn't want to fast travel, and he didn't want a horse, because he wanted to get all the flowers.
I saw a news program once that was advertising horse races. They swapped the first E and the S.
On purpose?
I don't know. I don't know, but the anchors were losing it. I mean, I like a good horse race.
Speaking of that, the Belmont Stakes is this weekend.
That's a horse race, not a horse race.
It's true, but it's an important one. We have a chance for the second Triple Crown in only 4 years, which is crazy to me, because we went about 40 before that.
How many wins does a Triple Crown take?
3, but in a very short time period. And for very young horses, so it's incredibly demanding.
You picked the least funny answer you possibly could.
Yep, because I am serious about horse stuff.
Aha. Horn drill's not totally worthless. Yay. Drugs. Translation money. Rare candy. Well, here's TM26, which I mentioned before. What is it? Yes! Give it to Nidoking.
Isn't he going to learn that eventually anyway?
I don't know. And I'm not sitting here waiting for it.
That's fair. That's right, you got rid of Dig. Get rid of Horn Drill, it's useless. It's always been useless, it will always be useless.
Fine.
Thank you. It will be better for us all.
Now
I am a big proponent of picking not the team that you need, but the team that makes you happy.
The two for me are one and the same. Well, here's the last floor. I think I may need to duck out and hit the Pokemon Center after this.
I'm always a proponent.
And then I'll come back in and start worrying about the transporters.
2 to beam up. Or 7 in this case. A trainer and 6 Pokemon.
You got a cute little rat. I have an elegant bird. Oh, and I have a Pidgeot too. Damn it, I was kind of hoping that would be funnier.
I just don't know what you mean other than that. Also, my sound cut out, so if you explained it more, I missed it.
An elegant bird? Like a cock?
Oh.
Yes.
I missed it. I missed it.
Ah.
Thought for a moment you were making a middle finger reference.
Well, I mean, I kind of have one up fairly constantly.
That is just your attitude towards life.
Pretty much. It's kind of sad when you got a Pokemon one-shotting your Pokemon with quick attack.
Yeah, it does make you think that you may need to, travel closer to the Pallet Town area for a little while.
Or just get out of Team Rocket because if you're not in Team Rocket, I'm slightly less inclined to kick your ass. Not less inclined enough to not kick your ass, but I'm less inclined to kick your ass.
Let's not kid ourselves. You got to where you are today upon a ramp built from the bodies of broken swimmers, bug collectors, kids in bathing suits,
Now hang
kids
on.
in tutus.
Now hold on a second. I haven't beaten any swimmers outside of the Cerulean Gym yet. They're coming off screen later. Second of all, tutus. Oh, the skirts that the lasses wear. Got it. Had me lost for a moment there. Okay. It is transporter time. Who's up? Okay. Alright, there's something I need to grab from here real quick. Ordinarily, I might say they lost an opportunity by not having Muzak in the elevator. Except for the fact that it can be argued that Muzak happens throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a moment of respite.
Right.
Or respite, however you choose to pronounce that word.
Oh, okay. That teleporter is useless. Can't reach any teleporters here. There's one up there. Bop, 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 bop.
I've always disliked three-dimensional mazes.
Yeah, not my favorite things either, unless the third dimension is just a collection of two-dimensional mazes.
Yeah, it's not so bad, I guess.
I'm not going to say anything about how that one looks. Oh, hey, what do we got here? No way. That's getting sold. I will never utilize self-destruct.
I've never understood those.
That's basically pretty much last-ditch effort, and that's no
I mean,
good.
yeah.
Through one of these teleporters is the room key. That's useless. I don't need teleporters that go into open areas, of which that is one. La-di-da.
If you had a teleportation network of like 3 nodes, and you could put those 3 nodes anywhere that you visited, where would you drop your 3 nodes?
This is a very easy question for me.
Go for it.
Because-
Go on.
I'm not using a takedown TM.
The correct answer to if you could have a superpower, what would it be? Is teleportation. It would. I don't care. It is what you have to say. The correct answer is teleportation. So it's something I've thought about a lot.
Granted, it's useful as hell.
I'm gonna let you answer, but the last time you were asked what would your superpower be, you said invisibility, so I could sneak into girls' locker rooms. And
Is that true?
First of all, that's fucking hilarious.
and
second
and
of all, I
David
believe it was in high school.
and David was sitting there, and 2 minutes later, 2 full 60-second stretches later, he turned to you and exclaimed, "Wait a minute, you're a girl!"
David, we've both come so far since then. Me probably a little farther than him, but still. Bless him. That was probably when I was in high school, or maybe college. Could have been a summer home from college. The correct answer is teleportation. The joke answer is invisibility, so I can sneak into women's locker rooms. So the 3 places, because I've given this a lot of thought, the 3 obvious places are my job, my home, and my girlfriend's home. So we can visit each other when we just, want to go to sleep, and we would like someone there. We talk about it very often about how we are doing a bad job at finally inventing the teleportation device, but to be honest, neither of us are working particularly hard at it. But I would be willing to pay handsomely if someone were to invent it for me. Get on it.
I'd prefer to fly.
You see, flying has too many variables. Is it the kind of flying that it's just effortless, or do you have to work for it? If it's so effortless, are you able to do it accidentally in places where it wouldn't be safe for you to do so? And flying, it doesn't specify how fast it is. Is flying any faster than running or walking? Is it just it's like for the pure joy of it that can't be beat, but like it's still like rains. You can't protect yourself from rain. It would be more, I would argue, more miserable to transport yourself that way than in a car. So I would say that it's not as good an answer as teleportation.
Fair. Well, we have the card key.
I think that a good answer is one that is very open-ended. Like, if you say, like, power over life and death, that's got a lot of traction right there. Like, you can bring back the dead, you can just, like, kill people in non-messy ways, you can prevent yourself from dying. Like, that's a wide skill set there. Like, yes, you have to walk, but at least you won't get fat from sitting around and teleporting everywhere. And even if you do get fat and you have a heart attack, just rewind that shit.
Yeah, I guess. It doesn't make sense to me that you would still have control over it when you were dead.
Well, that's why you leave it open-ended. I don't know, take all of your vital organs and put them into a jar, and then bury the jar somewhere, and just say, like, yeah, as long as that jar is okay, I'm okay. Sounds fair to me.
Those always backfire.
Yeah, because it's always the bad guy that does it, and then he goes and irritates a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, that's true.
If I start opening doors now, I'm just gonna lose track.
Man, you guys should never invite me to your streams if you ever want to, like, actually talk about the game.
I mean, admittedly, we haven't for the last couple.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely get sidetracked. I do a better job of staying engaged.
Mm.
With it.
You know who does the best job of staying engaged?
There's a joke here, and I don't know it.
Kirk.
Oh.
Our friend Kirk has been engaged for, like, what, 4 years now?
4 or 5.
Something like that.
With no date for a wedding. At Beach Week, I started telling everyone that Kirk recently lost his girlfriend in a tragic accident, and he hadn't gotten over the death, so he spoke about her like she was still alive.
Oh, you itch. That's so mean.
And I was really hoping that it would get back to David, because David, same David as "You're a girl," David, is endlessly concerned about this long engagement. He thinks that the fact that Kirk and his fiancée haven't set a date for the wedding means that they're, like, not okay with each other enough to get married, and that it means it's only a matter of time until they end up breaking off the engagement, moving out, and arguing over custody of their pet Tribble.
One pet
And
Tribble?
so
One?
I really wanted to troll him on this. I don't think it ever got back to him, but not for lack of trying.
No, that's really funny, though.
Tribbles
David
are like...
is also very concerned that Kirk might be gay. I think he's better about it, but in high school it was a real problem for him.
Tribbles are like Pringles. You can't stop at just one.
They had her fixed.
Oh. Don't know how you manage that one, but cool.
More scientists!
Yes, you did hear Tribbles. First of all, I should have switched, and second of all, that is definitely the wrong choice.
The wonderful thing about Tribbles.
Is Tribbles are wonderful things.
I haven't thought this through.
Did he have one Pokemon and it just immediately blew itself up?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
The AI is.
Darn you weak Pokemon. After you just did that. You stupid. You fool.
So, just to give a little bit of a taste, a little bit of the flavor of what I would like to do with talking about edutainment games and decision.
Ah, yes.
One of the things that I think defines fun, just in general, in games, is choice. Making choices is fun.
Uh-huh.
But then there's also something that is completely independent of choice that is fun, and that's kind of like theme. And I feel like Pokemon does an excellent job with theme, but by God, does it really need to put in more choices? Because so much of the game is just like trudging around the one place that you need to go, and trying to find out where that is, because you don't really have any choices. You now need to go find the one place to go use cut to cut down the tree to get to the place, to get to the next gym, to get the next badge, to get the next ability to level up your Pokemons and have them obey you, and etc, 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 etc.
Do you not think the choice is fulfilled by being able to create your own team out of a steadily increasing number of options?
Well, yes, but the choice, there's a you front load your choice, and then you kind of start to run low on choices later. By the way the leveling system works, and the nutritional system, the IVs and to some extent the EVs, choices are made for you by lottery, and you have to either do a lot of busy work to make a new choice, like a lot of busy work, or you just roll with the choices that you made a long time ago, or the choices that are made for you at random.
I'm independent of my own choices.
Also,
I
I'm
don't
told
know what that
the
means.
most recent generation is a little better about that. That you are able to go to the islands in,
Any order you please.
Yeah, I don't exactly know how they make that work. W/R/G leveling.
The Pokemon levels are the worst thing about Pokemon.
Well, they ease up on you considerably in Gen 2. Like, for example, the first gym, they're no stronger than level 9. This generation, you're expected to grind your ass off.
Yeah,
that
for
is
real.
very JRPG of it.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 1, 95% grinding, 5% story.
Yeah.
And that's a dynamic that I don't think gets talked about, is that anytime you have grind, you are kind of by definition, you're doing gameplay without any real choices or input. It's just you've made a decision that you're going to grind for something, and you pull the trigger on it and you start grinding, and then that's it. And like, you have micro decisions, like, do I use strength or endeavor or hyper beam or cock punch? But like, really, these things don't matter, because there's a best decision, or you're grinding something low level so it doesn't matter. And it's just a matter of, it's like a false choice.
Alright, now it's time to open doors.
And Pokemon doesn't have a whole lot of choice in it. Like, it does, but only in like the first bits of the game where you're assembling your team, and then like small choices where you decide to swap someone out and grind to give them experience so that they can get better. And later, I guess, in breeding, if you're gonna breed your team. But like, after you make these choices, you have your choices made. You're not making choices anymore. So now, like, the game is only fun if it can survive on its theme. And Pokemon is an incredibly diverse world with lots of colorful characters, both human and non-human, lots of interesting locations, cool stuff going on. So a lot of times it can, but the minute you start grinding some shit, theme goes out the window. After your 97th fucking Zubat, you're sick and tired of fucking Zubats. You're done with this theme. Give me the next one.
I mean, I
You're
can't
not making
say...
any choices, so it's just not fun.
I mean,
It's
listen,
not fun.
I can't say that I've ever fucked a Zubat.
Bats. Zubats presumably are mammals. So if
they're-
I had...
So in theory,
If
they're
I
perfectly
had to
fuckable.
fuck an animal, I think I would want to fuck a mammal.
Okay.
I don't really feel like anything else is just going too far. Like, not that fucking a non-human mammal isn't going too far, but like, it's going further in the wrong direction.
Indeed.
Ever fuck a dolphin?
I have not.
I haven't either.
Good talk.
Are we gonna start listing all the things we haven't fucked?
Blenders.
I mean, do you want
Never
to?
got with a blender chick.
Never got with a blender anything.
Yeah, I feel like a blender would kind of shred your genitalia.
Not with that
Whoa.
attitude.
I am so glad you're fucking amused. 'Cause-
Anyway, so that is my point. Is that there's a lot of stuff in Pokemon where it should be obvious that the design is not fun because you're not making interesting choices, and the theme is going to be lacking from repetition or from, how interesting can a hallway actually be?
I was hoping I could get around this son of a bitch.
But
And
I
I'm
will
interested
say
in why they
that
made certain decisions the way they did.
the Pokemon Company is incredibly good at making Pokemon games.
Mm.
Holy shit, do they have that down to a science?
I mean, it's basically make the last game, but add in like 1 or 2 incremental quality of life adjustments, and then every like 2 or 3 games, you make like 100 goddamn new Pokemon.
They're so good at it. Except for Gen, I believe it was 4, which is the one with the car keys. That one's
What?
bad.
Which one was Gen 4?
Black, white, I believe. It's 4 or 5. The one with the lawnmower and the ice cream cone.
I have not played those.
Everyone agrees that they kind of jumped the shark with those. And reeled it in a little with later ones.
Execute. One of my favorites.
Gyarados has a serious weakness to electric. And by serious,
Oh, yeah.
I mean double type.
That's right, for some god-forsaken reason they made it flying.
Yep. No, I think Jolteon is still my best choice here.
Did you guys ever level up a Magikarp
Yes.
high enough so that it could learn Endeavor?
I don't think Endeavor's a
Endeavor?
move
No.
in this. Endeavor's not a move in this gen. That being said,
Endeavor.
I don't know when
I think
it
it
was.
deals more damage the lower your hit points are.
Sounds right to me.
That's a cute little Spitfire on that tail. Let's do something about it. Specifically, let's drown it.
Yikes.
Oh. My. Aren't you an uppity little thing?
Come on and slam. And welcome to Taipei.
I get it. I think. Oh. I wanted that table.
So we're not going to deal with him now until we get to the league. I totally forgot you get a Lapras in game. But I kind of have my own. So
Wow, box 1. Okay.
He gets rid of all of them.
Yeah.
I have a stronger Lapras than that one. That one's level 30. If I get rid of Giovanni now, I lose the remaining trainers. But they won't take long. I wish I could ride my bike in here. Better yet, I wish I had the running shoes.
Another quality of life thing that I really miss.
Mm.
Wait, don't you have fast forward on this game?
I wasn't gonna destroy the music, but
My sound's cutting in and out anyway. I don't even think I'll notice.
okay,
I'm in the same exact boat.
okay.
Us boot!
Wait, your sound's cutting in and out too, so it's not my fault?
Nope. Actually, it only cuts out when someone is talking.
Yeah, mine will cut out when people are talking, the way it's supposed to. And then it will also do it somewhat randomly. Even when I think other people are talking and I would like to hear it.
That's
And it's not the
interesting.
sound of the game, I think it's all sound for me. So I guess it is the sound.
Drugs.
Protein.
Come in. Yeah, I'm in at 9. Yep. Peanut butter what? Oh, cool. Alright. Love you too.
It's Mom!
It is, Mom. She going bed. I am not going bed, even after this.
What are your plans?
First,
Do some grunt work?
probably in the background, but I'm gonna watch Cannibal's stream.
Oh,
She's
that's
probably
right.
she's probably underway at this point, but I did tell her we were going till 10, so she's just warming up for the first half hour.
Yeah, I'm sure she knows.
What is that? Oh, so many drugs I can sell. Swords dance? No thanks. Not gonna need it.
What is that, attack up twice?
Yeah.
This place is
Actually, I kind of can save you. Well, the Master Ball is going to be used on one of the 3 super legendaries.
Super legendaries.
My alpaca has asthma?
What?
This game is weird.
What are you talking about?
Playing RimWorld. Apparently this alpaca has major asthma.
Hmm.
Oh, that's actually a very legitimate sex question. What should you do about a hairy back?
For who?
Grip.
Anybody who wants to
Tighter?
try and answer.
I don't know.
Is it...
Close your
Is it a-
eyes and imagine she's wearing an alpaca sweater.
Oh, gee.
Oh, I see.
I
Yes.
mean, I guess.
Legitimate sex question. Oh yeah, this nurse heals us. This nurse is helpful.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Did you get some protein from that bed?
It was a max potion.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's better.
No, if anybody's getting protein, it's probably the nurse.
Yipes.
That probably...
Never had sex with a nurse, but I have had sex with a veterinarian.
Yeah? Was it animalistic?
No. We discussed what we wanted to have happen,
Oh, cool.
and then we did the things that we wanted to do in
Discussion
a
is
slow,
cool.
considerate way.
Clinical, but I like it.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself.
I bet you did.
Oh. Oh, is the stream skipping around, or are you doing like a fast forward thing?
I'm doing fast forward.
Okay. Because I thought I was just like popping in and out, but this makes a lot more sense.
Alright, I think that's it. So back to floor 3. And it's time to finish the rockets. Pretty much for good. Was it this one? Yep, it's this one. Now I have a monster weapon against ground types. Several really good ones against ground types. Look, buddy boy, I've got business with your boss, so if you wanna step out of the way. If you insist.
Cue the ludicrous.
Now there's a reference I don't get. The rapper?
Yeah.
What song?
Move, bitch, get out the way.
Ah, I've heard that song.
Ludacris is an underrated rapper.
He came to my college one year.
Really? Did you see him?
Of course not.
I'm disappointed.
You know I don't really like rap at all.
Something, something, racist, something, something.
Yep, that's me. That's something racist.
I don't recognize the Marowak.
What was it?
I don't recognize that Pokemon.
Marowak?
It's Cubone's evolved form?
Yep.
Gotcha, gotcha. I was gonna say, it also looks like it's carrying a bone.
Most males do. Oh, a straight poison type, huh? Well, alright.
As opposed to all those lesbian poison types.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One. Well, show us your new move, Nidoking. Damn. I gon' hurt you. I gon' squeeze your brain till it pops like a balloon.
I don't think that's how brains work. They're mostly fatty tissue, so...
Well, they can certainly be crushed. That's gonna hurt. Here's where Nidoqueen has a weakness compared to Nidorina. The newfound ground type gives it a weakness. Oh, good one. Yeah, buddy, you lost again. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, cool. So that's a usable PC. Well, actually, let's talk to the pretty woman first. That was useless. Alright, let's talk to the president. Give me your ball. I have excellent plans for that. You know what? Screw all this.
I'm reminded of the legendary Rat-a-tat named Regret,
Regret.
caught in a master ball.
Who uses a master ball for that?
I assume that's why they named it Regret.
Oi. Alright. Now we must quickly annihilate Sabrina.
Her teenage years have gone on for too long! Again, Sabrina is probably part of Team Rocket because she also has a talking cat.
Ah, a joke. That actually wasn't bad.
Thank you.
Funny. I'd really like Venusaur to get up to 39. And the fact that he's using water types makes life really easy for that.
Yeah, true.
There we go.
There,
Yeah.
was that so hard?
Not at all. And another water type, so no reason to retract Venusaur now. Okay. I fought a lot of these people in Lavender Tower. Only those ones were possessed.
Yikes.
Oh, this seems like a pretty bad idea. I have something that can beat ghosts. Okay, wake up, damn you. Wake up. Hey.
Get up, Shane. Get up.
I'm not putting up with confusion.
Yeah, I don't understand why anyone puts up with confusion.
Well, I can't use Body Slam.
Use body shame.
Can't do that either. It has no body. Okay. That should be...
Ever see much about, the dad dating simulator game?
Oh,
I
no.
really want to play that.
It's
Solar, would you
great.
like to talk about that?
Oh, Dream Daddy. Yeah, that's right. Solar streamed it, I think.
Oh my goodness. I'll have
Yes,
to go
this,
back and
yes,
watch
the
that.
the ongoing saga of Dick Kickham.
Yes. There is a brief part in it where you Pokemon battle your daughter against another dad's daughter, and you brag about whose kid is better.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, like that's not pretty much. That is a true.
That's horrifying and amazing and wonderful.
They don't like hit each other. It's like, well, she won the spelling bee. Well, she's doing volunteer work. You know, like stuff like that.
That's great though, because no matter who wins, the kids lose.
Yep.
In the end, isn't that what's really important?
I mean, isn't that pretty much how parenting works? Or does my saying that just mean I should never become a parent?
Oh, never say never.
I mean, not that I want to become a parent anyway, so...
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want the responsibility.
Only
Alpha's
a
not sure
Sith
he even
deals
wants the
in
responsibility of a girlfriend or wife.
That's true.
There are a lot of work to feed and take care of.
It's true.
And then you name them, and then you get attached.
And yet, Whit, you're planning on taking a wife.
Yep, taking a wife, yeah. As the Vulcans say, she who is my wife. I am planning on that, but I am not denying that it is effort. I tend to find it worthwhile in nearly every situation. And situations in which it is not, I usually feel a lot better once I've taken some time to myself and played some computer games. And then I'm ready to go. Or showering, or sleeping. Those are the three things that tend to reset me.
None of those are bad things.
I think the advice "don't go to bed angry" is bad advice. Because if you try and have an important discussion while you're fucking tired and you just want to go to sleep, you're going to be angry because you can't go to sleep because you're having the discussion.
Yeah.
And it's just going to make the discussion that much worse.
I totally agree. My ex had a bad habit of bringing up very important things, like sleepily in bed. And then I had to be like, wait, what? Now we have to talk about this. I can't sleep after you've said this. And I eventually had to request that, like, hey, don't say anything, important in bed. Is that okay? This is, our space. You have as a monkey. I don't want a monkey. They freak me out and you can't ride them. If you have an alpaca, why can't I have your alpaca?
Do you want my alpaca?
Does this one have asthma?
If you want my alpaca, you fucking have it. I don't want it.
No, I want your alpaca.
Then have it.
I can't.
Why?
They won't sell it to me.
Sell it? I'll just give it to you.
That would be nice.
You can have it. I don't like things with a hairy back. Look, I have personal preferences, okay?
That is an excellent example of... Hey, are you gonna finish that? Because if not, I'll fuck it.
Well,
I tried to put it indoors and you wouldn't let me. Dumb fucking...
I feel like at this point, I should stop watching the stream. I should boot up a game and start playing a third game.
Yeah.
And then start talking about that.
It can't be either of the games that we're playing.
Why not? Why not? I want to talk about Warframe. Why? Who made you the censor?
Oh, no, I'm not playing Warframe.
Oh, I got you. Right, for maximum confusion, it needs to be a game that's separate from... Right, okay, cool.
For right now.
Yes.
I keep losing... Yeah, I've beaten 7 trainers, so the only one left is Sabrina. There we go.
It would be a real dick move of us to play Warframe together while Alpha was playing Pokemon, huh?
I mean...
In bird person culture, this is considered a dick move.
It feels bad to me too, so I don't think I'll do it.
I mean, you're the one who did say you wanted to see the gyms through.
It's true. I am more motivated by the gyms because they are a real marker of progress.
Oh, fucking hell. It lived. I don't like the fact that it lived. Holy Finish this thing now!
Whew.
That is an annoying noise.
It's disappearing momentarily.
I feel like I left my car doors open with the lights on.
Yeah, that is what it sounds like.
Pretty much. It's probably going to survive this fly too. Wow, this may take a minute.
It's good to be challenged.
Excellent. Nah. If I really got to do something crazy. Bye-bye, bug type.
Maybe this can soften it up a little. Oh, wow.
Why would you use recover now?
They're very dumb. Ooh, that would have probably hurt, huh? Oh, oh.
That's not good.
Okay. That also doesn't feel great.
I don't know what
Got
you're
it.
talking about. If you're talking about Pokemon or if you're talking about RimWorld.
I have quit RimWorld because Alpha pointed out that I'm being a huge dick.
Well, I mean, it's not quite where I went with that, but
No, but it's how I felt.
I'm sorry. I
No,
didn't-
don't
Alpha-
apologize. I'm the one who is being
Who
a
are
jerk.
you to dick shame Jackie?
No. No one but me should be apologizing.
Dick shaming.
I refuse to be dick shamed. If you don't like my dick, I will pull out a different dick.
I like the dick I'm pulling now, but anyway.
I do have to admit, with the smallest one, like it doesn't feel good to have that one. It feels better to have a bigger one.
Like,
I
to be
mean-
wearing a bigger one?
Yes.
Or to be sucking a bigger
amazing.
one.
That's amazing. That's...
It's so internalized.
This is fun because the only Pokemon that's not level 40 is exactly the one I need to take out this anti-gym here. The one that'll get me Hitmonchan. It's technically not a gym because they kind of lost standing.
They did what?
So the fighting gym, or the fighting dojo, and the saffron gym both used to have gym status.
Oh.
They fought for one of them to be expelled from that. And obviously, the psychic gym beat the fighting gym.
Oh, clever. Where is this in the lore? I don't think I ever knew this, but I was also like 9 years old at the time.
I don't know if the anime ever even reflects this, but it was introduced in the game, which came before that.
Yeah.
Yellow came out after the anime was debuted. Yeah, this isn't going to take long because I'm just gonna eviscerate everything with Mewtwo. And then power plant I'll do off screen because there's no real storyline there. I'll clear out both ways to and from Cinnabar Island.
Thank you.
Yep. The next time will be the mansion, the gym. Actually, yeah, you know what? Seafoam Islands doesn't really have a storyline either. And the mansion doesn't really have any besides the... Well, I have to keep the burglars alive, don't I? You know what? I'll do the mansion off screen. At which point, I'll just send you pictures.
Okay.
Because there's
I will
no...
confirm and fill out the thing.
Because there's no discernible storyline either of those places, the Seafoam Islands or the mansion.
Who was robbing the mansion?
Just a bunch of burglars. They're just nameless.
Huh.
They're just there pillaging. That's literally their whole shtick. Also, I love the eyes on that.
Jiminy Crickets, what happened there?
Too many blows to the head, or too many brain squeezes. Also, I don't know how Mewtwo managed to miss Psychic.
He may not have a brain left to mess around with.
Maybe not. So yeah, those two balls back there are Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan.
That's right.
Obviously, I'm grabbing Hitmonchan because I've already kind of got Hitmonlee.
He appeared in some grass.
Poof!
Yep. I saved the big guns for the evolved Pokemon. The basic ones get the baby treatment.
That's fair.
I like my shoes right where they are, thanks.
You're disrespecting the culture of the dojo.
My Pokemon are a little too strong to care about their culture.
Ooh.
Something imperialism, something white people.
Don't you mean feudalism?
No.
I mean with Japanese culture. It's a joke, damn it.
I see. So you're saying all of this in the disrespectful.
I mean, more or less, I'm kind of trashing all of their Pokemon.
What? Not declension. What's the other like phrase of wording?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Tense? Not tense. God damn.
Grunt.
Connotation and denotation?
Master.
No, there's like a different form of a word for if you're speaking respectfully or disrespectfully to somebody.
Oh. And there's probably not an easy word for that in English.
I make exceptions because this Pokemon is strong.
Anyone here?
Yeah.
Hello.
It just suddenly got like super duper quiet.
Yeah, the sound.
We got it, Hitmonchan.
Huzzah!
Yay!
So, what, you
Give
need...
him his slave name.
I only need 3 more. 2 of them are fossils. 1 of them is in the power plant.
2 of them are fossils?
Yeah, the old amber becomes Aerodactyl and the helix fossil becomes Ammonite.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm
Crazy,
going
like.
to heal up and then there is some off-screening to be done. So, Ferret, what do you think of what we're doing here?
What do we have to do where? And
What do
who
you
now?
think? What do you think of what we're doing here? Like the concept of you,
Healing.
the concept of playing. Well, that yeah, and the concept of using a bingo card and a randomizer to complete the decks.
Oh, I'm not so sure about the randomizer, though it certainly made things more interesting. Like, it stood out because it's just like, oh hey, we immediately turned around and got Mewtwo from speed 69.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I actually like the randomizer because it's keeping it very fresh.
well, that and I mean,
Fresh and edgy.
well, the driving point behind my using the randomizer is the fact that you can't get all the Pokemon from either red or blue by themselves. There's trading involved to do that. So I erased that little problem with that randomizer. Alright, so I need to go through Saffron and clear the houses that the rockets had blocked off. I need to go and check out the power plant. I need to take out the sea routes to and from Cinnabar and the Seafoam Islands. I need to deal with the mansion. All 3 of those locales will give me the 3 super bird types, the legendaries.
Super bird type.
And I will save Cinnabar Gem and Viridian
Save me,
Gem.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm actually thinking next episode may be the end. Because then after that we would have Cinnabar Gem, Viridian Gem, the Victory Road, the caves leading up to the League, and then the Elite Four. So next episode may actually be it. Pretty crazy, huh?
We've put a lot of work into it.
Yes, we have. Alright, so let's make sure I do this. Alright. Anything you guys have on your hearts, your minds, your genitalia?
None of those things.
None of those things? Ferret? Yes.
A buffalo chicken pizza.
Oh, shut up before I starve.
That sounds BDSM stuff to me.
Damn
Because
it.
it's spicy.
Oh, okay. So what's the buffalo chicken pizza in that little world we were talking about?
I actually was looking to solicit discussion.
I see. I mean, I like putting buffalo chicken in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I also like mixing it with mac and cheese before I put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Good call.
That's not pizza, but that's a good call.
But there's the Wawa I have down here and one of the pizza places in Smithville, Costello's, have some pretty good combination stuff, really. Like if I get the buffalo chicken from Costello's and the mac and cheese from Wawa, that's a really fucking good combination. If I get a roast beef sub from Wawa and onion rings from Costello's, that's a really fucking good combination.
Mm.
That's interesting. Combining like 2 things from 2 different places. Like what kind of sex thing is that?
I mean, listen, they work.
I don't know what that is for sex. 2 different brands of pizza.
Yeah, I feel like we've hit upon a powerful analogy here, but like I can't think of a good euphemism to go with it. For once, I am lacking for sex acts, which usually doesn't happen to me, I swear.
I want you to open this up to your crew in the DC area, because I feel like they will,
They'll smash.
well, they'll just have a lot of ideas.
Mm-hmm. No, you are not wrong, which means you are in fact correct.
Yay!
Is that what that means?
Often.
It generally is.
Gentlemen, it is past my bedtime.
Yes, and I have another show I must attend.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oh, this has been fun. Folks, next time it looks as though we will be finishing Pokemon Blue. There won't be that much left by the time I finish my grinding over the coming week.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Grind.
And with that, more stuff to come later. This has been Alpha.
This has been Wit.
This has been Richard.
No! Your secret identity!
And that's that. Have an Alpha night, guys.
Bye.
Peace.